Hello and welcome to the Pamoja Professional Learning Community. Just as Pamoja stands for togetherness, this community is about our teachers coming together in order to collaborate, to work on making our courses better. This is a place for you to grow as a professional and a place where you can look towards each other. This is a place where we're hoping to offer the opportunity to grow. It's a community that is about its members, and without your engagement and participation, we will not be able to achieve what we want for our students. Within this PLC, there are a few items I'd like to bring your attention to. We have an elaborate discussion section. We do have and offer Illuminate from within this course. We use Illuminate for webinars and professional development opportunities for all the members of our community, including veteran teachers, new teachers, as well as associate members who are waiting for our enrollment to increase in order to get a course. We have NetVibes, which is a collection of online sources and resources relevant to what we are doing with Pamoja. And we use Campus Pack for wikis, allowing us to collaboratively work on parts of our courses, our standardization, and our course review. On the bottom left, you'll notice a Twitter feed. This is used by the faculty advisors for Pamoja Education in order to find highly related articles, refined researches that will bring you up to date with what is happening in the world of online education. We will use the news items to make announcements about professional development opportunities, collaborative activities, Pamoja policy decisions, as well as simple Pamoja announcements. I'd like to start by showing you the discussion section of the PLC. By clicking on discussions, I'm able to see that there are, in fact, a vast number of forums, but there is some method to the madness. The first section, under the parent section of teacher discussion portals, is the lounge. This is a place for you to hang out, shoot the breeze, and just get to know your colleagues. There's a help forum. This is designed for questions of all kinds: pedagogical questions, technical questions, policy questions, student at-risk questions. If you can think of it, this is the place where you can ask it. So go for it. We will make Pamoja announcements through this forum at different times. We offer some ongoing forums through the Professional Development Parent Forum, such as facilitating early engagement with students. How do you get them to buy in? What do you do to get them involved? We have webinar follow-up discussions. We use these pre and post webinars in order to drive the discussion deeper and make a little bit more mileage with the message. Periodically, we will offer Illuminate sessions, as well as discussions that surround them in order to better understand the power of Illuminate and how it might work with our students. We offer professional reading articles and discussions forum. We had a discussion about summer school. We look at cool new tools, and everyone's please feel free to add to this. We also have the backbone of our forums, the subject threads. And if I were to look at any subject that we offer, I would notice that there are in fact 3 separate categories. Cohort 1, 2011 to 2013, teachers who are currently going in to their year 2 with their students. Cohort 2, 2012 to 2014, new teachers as well as teachers who are flipping back around to the first year and will be following their students for the next 2 years. We also have a generalized mathematics forum And all three of these work together. They are not exclusive, and all members of the community, regardless of being a math teacher, are permitted to go through Post and Read. We have separated them because these groups are going to be going through different things at different times. The internal assessment will be a product of year 2 more so than year 1, and so forth, depending on the subjects. This means that discussions can be highly focused and relevant to what you need to know about, led by your head of departments throughout the 2-year process. They will decide, along with your contributions, how these 3 forums work together. If I scroll down, I can see that this is the case for all subjects. I must bring this up now, though. The reason that we stress these forums so much is because there is a real danger in privatizing a community in an online setting. If our teachers or our department heads go to email too often and reply to email too often, no one else gets to see what's happening and benefit from your wisdom, from your idea, or from your question. This is the same in your classroom with your students. And as facilitators of these classes, including the PLC, it's essential that the community members, any way they can, keep the discussions within the forums. This saves you as a teacher having to answer the same question to 25 different separate emails. It saves your head of department having to answer the question repetitively. And it also allows your colleagues to benefit from your insights, from your questions, from your understandings. You are not the only one that has that question. I guarantee it. It's online. We're all blazing a trail. Nobody knows everything here. So please, remember, the forums are an important part of our community. And when you privatize a community with emails, you take away the power that this PLC, professional learning community, can really hold on to. We don't have water coolers for people to just chat about ideas. We don't have a staff room where you happen by a colleague. This is where it happens. So don't privatize. With this list being so extensive, it is important to remember that by simply clicking on any forum, you get a refined list on the side that allows you to maximize or minimize the specific sections you're looking for. For example, by clicking subject threads, I can now easily find math all the way down to any course I want and get to it specifically. Also remember, these will be not 0 if they're unread, and you will be able to quickly and easily recognize which forums you haven't been able to get into. You are not required to monitor the forums of other subjects. However, your subject, it is an essential part, as the head of department will be using these to communicate important pieces that may be time sensitive throughout the 2 years. I do encourage you to look into the other subjects because you never know when you might gain from their understanding or their approach to something. But it is not essential. And therefore remember that when you get tired of having your unread messages get too high, you can click on any forum and then do mark all as read in order to keep your numbers where you like them. Another component of the PLC that we use for collaborative measures and communication is Campus Pack. By taking you to Campus Pack, I can show you that it is pretty simple. We don't have a lot here. It's not overwhelming. There are embedded videos that you're welcome to take part in, watch, comment on, and there are a few wikis. Early student engagement is obvious. There are some things we'll work at as a group in keeping our students attentive in the first month to allow them to buy in, and we'll work on that collaboratively. And then for our different cohorts, 2011 to 13 May, 2012 to 2014 May, and in the future, 2013 to 15 November, we have some specific wikis set up that your head of department will use throughout the 2 years in order to gather information. If I click on course-specific wikis for 2011 to 2013, and look to the right side of the page, I'm able to see that each subject is identified with a small arrow next to it. By clicking on this triangle, I'm able to look at the sub-wikis that have been created by either myself or your head of department in order to do standardization activities and course review. These are an essential component of what we do as an online community. It's hard enough with 2 to 3 teachers at a local school to have a standards approach to internal assessment scoring or even paper scoring. And as we all know, when we report to IB, it doesn't take into account different teachers, but takes the sample set from the collection of all teachers involved in that subject. As you can imagine, in an online environment, our standardization practices are essential. The approach could be different, and we therefore need to be on the same page when we're grading the IB works. We have teachers from all over the world who are in different school cultures who may have been taught to approach things differently. I like to look at this standardization activity as something better than any IB conference you could go to, when they have you grade those papers at the end and everybody raises their hand with a different number, including all of the examiners in the room. Well, I have to say that within Pamoja we have a number of examiners with vast experience, and if you're working together for standardization, we're ahead of the game. This is something schools would love to have around the world that we do have. So it is an essential part of your job to participate in the standardization activities, as well as follow the lead of your head of department in creating course review documents from a week-to-week or semester basis, depending on how they approach it, in order to constantly refine the course over the summers and offer our students the best we can. Another aspect from the home page that you would go to would be NetVibes. NetVibes uses RSS feeds from websites related to education, and in particular online education, in order to push a collection of relevant and useful websites to you for research. This is not required, but it is a wonderful collection of tools and a place for you to browse best practices in online education. By all means, if you know of a website or you know of something that we should be including, a blog or otherwise, on this page, please post it in a forum, and someone in the faculty advising department will get to it and we will add it here. This is for you, it's not for us. We're here to make this a better place for your experience and for your professional development. I hope you enjoy this community. I hope you realize that it is for you and it is about you, and that we're going to do our best to not overwhelm you, but to offer opportunities for professional development and growth that you can carry outside the halls of Pamoja, and that you can be a trailblazer in your own local school by helping with technology integration and hybrid courses. If there's anything that we can do for you, please don't hesitate to ask. Thank you.